Hey everybody, want to do a quick live, just kind of talking about the quote that I put out there. Always be the first-rate version of yourself instead of the second-rate version of somebody else. I actually got that from my BNI group, and if you are not in a BNI group and you're a business owner, you need to get in one. It is a networking group. It is referral-based. It has been responsible for the growth of my business. But anyways, going back to the quote, be authentic is pretty much what that means. Be yourself and always continuously work on yourself by being in competition with yourself. I'm talking about an older version of yourself. Instead of trying to be somebody else, you might look at somebody else and you might admire them, and that's totally fine to admire somebody else and appreciate and respect what they've done and what they're trying to do. And you can sort of gear your life around the same vision or the same sort of drive, but you still need to be authentic to yourself and be true to yourself. And so what I like to talk about in regards to that is birthdays. This is my birthday month, and I don't know what today is. It's the 22nd. So in about a week, it's going to be my birthday. I'm going to be turning 33. And I like to use that time to reflect on my previous year. So I consider my birthday as my new year. December 31st, January 1st is not my new year. It's not when I make New Year's resolutions. My new year is my birthday. How am I going to create a better version of myself in year 33 that separates myself from year 32? And so that is focusing on the first-rate version of myself, not the second-rate version of somebody else. Always looking at what have I done and how do I want to improve. And it's not just for me. It's not to improve just for me. It's to improve for the people around me too. How do I become a better person for those around me? And how do I become a better person for myself as well? So what am I doing in year 33 that's going to separate myself in year 32? You'll see another live from me around or on or right after my birthday. Is going to discuss the changes that I want to make in year 33. This year, I focused on leadership. I did a lot of focus on leadership and growing myself both as a business owner, as a husband, as a spiritual leader at church, and just to my close acquaintances. And I feel like I've done that. I always feel like I could do better, but I feel like I've done that. And so 33, how am I going to separate myself even further in year 33? So I'll talk about that as I get closer to my birthday, but I want to just touch on that a little bit because it does hit home, especially this time of year for me, focusing on a first-rate version of yourself instead of a second-rate version of somebody else. That really does hit close to home for me, especially this time of the year. So just want to touch on that. Thanks for listening, and you will hear from me probably when I am in Florida at RoofCon 2024. I think it's the 6th year of RoofCon. It's my 3rd year going to it. But I am flying out today to head down to Florida in Orlando and go to this RoofCon event. And this time it's going to be myself, my wife, my production manager, Emmanuel, my VA, Melissa. We're all heading down there together as a team. We're all going to just, dive into everything at RoofCon, be as absorbent as possible, and gain as much knowledge and insight from other people as we can down there this week. And then we're going to reconvene afterwards. So one thing that we like to do, and this is also kind of like playing into first-rate version of yourself as a company, now I'm going to just really quickly touch on this. Last time I was there, I saw another business go into these breakout sessions. That's how this is set up, is different breakout sessions. And there are tons. There's 8 breakout sessions every hour for the first 3 hours of each day of the event. And so there's tons of breakout sessions. And I went into one breakout session, and there was a company that brought all 8 or 9 of their guys into that one room, and they all sat there and listened to the same guy. I'm like, okay, you're going to get 9 different perspectives on this one speaker, maybe. My strategy around it is that out of the 8 topics, we've got 4 people that are going to be going and going to these breakout sessions, and there's 8 topics going on at the same time. So we're all going to go to a different one. We're going to go to the one that we think is better suited for benefiting the company and benefiting that person in that role. And they're going to take extensive notes during that breakout session. And then after the event, each person is going to go through their notes. They're going to review their notes They're going to pull out the things that make the most sense to them and they think are going to be the most applicable. And then they're going to rank each one of those talking points or those insights from each of those breakout rooms. They're going to rank those from most important, most impactful to the company, and the easiest to implement. And then we're all going to get together and we're going to decide as a team, what are we implementing first, and then what are we implementing next, and then we're going to work our way down that list until everything that we've pulled out is implemented that can benefit the company and benefit the person. I think that's a much better strategy when you go to the events like this, because a lot of people, they go to these events, they'll just sit there, they get hyped up. Like, cool, great, you got hyped up for what? Before you walk into the off season? I mean, I'm in Colorado. We have snow in the off season. I'm going to go to RoofCon and get hyped up just to walk into the off season? No, we're going to make actual changes from what we learn at these events. And this is the best way of doing it. This is the best way of getting as much insight as we possibly can so we can make the best educated decision on goals that are going to help propel us forward, on goals for 2024 or 2025. So that's how we're going to attack it. You might hear from me again before I get down there, but probably not. So until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.